Who the do you think you
No,
are?
whoa, 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 whoa.
Rage bait. The dark cloud over internet content. We see all kinds of rage bait on the internet, from stuff that's just at worst annoying and things that are downright criminal. You have, whether it be someone using a bunch of condiments when they shouldn't be. For example, there's a girl on TikTok that I saw like a few times on my For You page. One time putting Hello Ranch on her sandwich, and it was clearly bait, but a lot of people didn't realize that. Also, people like making annoying facial expressions. There was this woman who's like, I actually don't know how old she was supposed to be. If I had to guess, I'd say maybe mid to late 30s. That used to make videos where she would make incredibly irritating facial expressions. I think I blocked her because it was annoying me, obviously. And those really aren't that harmless. Then you have moments where you're kind of pushing it, where it's like someone wasting a bunch of food. Because yeah, for me, that is annoying. That is bait for me. Or what is something else that's like middle ground? I actually don't know. That's the only one I can really think of. But then you have people. Oh, or another middle ground is just straight up lying about shit happening to you that didn't actually happen. Because there's this one girl on TikTok who just makes up stories for TikTok, which I do find to be kind of pushing it, honestly. Then you have people that are straight up ones that are straight up criminal. No, not just things that are bigoted to straight up criminal. Like people um victim blaming rape victims, racism, homophobia, slut shaming, fat shaming, etc. But then you have people that decide to exploit their children and their impoverished situation for views. And there are unfortunately a lot of people that do that on TikTok. Not just about poverty and stuff like that, but just in general people being bad parents. Because there's some type of bad parent Olympics going on TikTok. And it's weird. And it's irritating the hell out of me. It's annoying. And it's criminal, like I said. Um, so today I'm gonna be talking about a handful of examples, but for the main two, I'm talking about this one TikToker that was called Ali Ray, who I hadn't even heard of until I watched the video that was talking about TikTok moms influencers, and she was named in it. I literally hadn't heard of her until I watched the video, and I'm talking about Brazilian Jenkins, which a lot of people have been talking about her and her family and stuff. I never saw anything about Ali Ray on my TikTok. never saw anything on her on my TikTok ever until I watched that video. But I've seen a lot of people talk about Resilient Jenkins. You know, I've never seen them actually show up my For You page. Actually, the first time I ever went on their page was like a few days ago, where I was trying to see how many followers they had in their views and stuff like that. But I have never gotten their page on my For You page. But those are the two main examples I'm gonna be talking about. I'll go in and out of talking like about other examples, just like sparsely or whatever, like Ash Trevino, who has also been talked about a lot. But anyway, so I'm gonna start with Ali Ray. I made um notes about it because I watched the video and I to refresh my mind. What was that? That was a while ago because I was supposed to record this a while ago, but I've been busy. So she's been known. She was known on BegTalk, and the reason I'm saying was is because she deleted her account. I don't know if she stopped doing whatever drug she was doing to make her think that what she did was okay, and she realized that she was building her own CPS case. I don't know, but she deleted her account. So she was known on BegTalk. BegTalk, if you don't know, if you're not on TikTok, is basically people that go on TikTok live just to fucking beg for money. A lot of people do it. Allegedly, they've changed some rules with that on TikTok Live. I don't know. I don't never been on TikTok Live. I don't watch any TikTok lives, so I don't know. She has a history of dating men in prison. Something she has in common with Astrovino because Astrovino, sorry, was known for also was called the inmate hopper because she used to also be known for knowing people in and out of prison, and also bringing her kids to prison to visit them. I'm pretty sure, or bring something like bringing these men to her home or something like that with her kids, which is obviously awful. And then she's also known for oversharing a lot about stuff about her life and things like that. But the main thing has to do with her pregnancy and when she gave birth. She live streamed throughout her pregnancy, which is ridiculous. She became and also her time with her baby in the hospital. But she also showed herself while holding her baby because her baby was in the NICU, um, which you don't know if it's the intensive care unit for babies when babies are really like in critical condition. And it had like a monitor by its feet. I'm pretty sure it was the heart monitor that she like unplugged on purpose to um to call the nurse to bring her a turkey sandwich. This bitch unplugged her baby's heart monitor for a fucking turkey sandwich and did not give a single fuck. And when people were like, "Hey, what the fuck is wrong with you?" She just didn't care and was like, "Well, they told me to do that." No, they didn't. I don't. Of course, I'm not at the hospital with her. I wasn't there with her, but I refuse to believe those nurses told her that. I don't. They in hospitals. They usually have call buttons. They usually have call buttons that you can press to bring in the nurse. But you wanted them to come urgently for your fucking turkey sandwich, so you unplugged your baby's monitor. What a horrible fucking thing to do, and to do it on camera while you were doing it too. And then later on, she did it again to prove a point. Like I can't imagine ever being this desperate for fucking attention. I can't even imagine. And let's not even get into the fact that no, let's get into the fact that she that probably had this baby just for content as well. She also was getting excited at the fact that there was someone that made a whole page, a hate page about her, and being like, I always wanted to be famous. It's just like it's one thing to be a piece of shit like this. It's another thing to be super smug about it. That's what really pisses me off is the smugness of it all, you know? And then she admitted to baby trapping a 19-year-old, and this lady was 26, getting pregnant by a 19-year-old, getting pregnant by a 19-year-old. Shit, I almost dropped my fucking mic. Anyways, being impregnated by a 19-year-old at 26, even on live, putting in a some sort of what? I'm sorry, some sort of that's what I meant to say, some sort of lube that like facilitates fertility and was showing it on live of her putting it in and like right after they did the do and talking about how she has her legs up. And it's just like it's just like it's just so like to just not give a fuck to this level about like your reputation and things like that. I just don't get it. You know what I mean? And on TikTok live too, you know? Yeah. Oh yeah, I forgot one part. She claimed that he lied about his age, but she stayed with him and purposely got pregnant after only knowing him for 2 weeks. Purposely got pregnant by this 19-year-old after only knowing him for 2 weeks. For 2 weeks. And when there was like I don't know if it was a call or something that someone did, but it was like a something where someone was like asking her questions about this, and she was like, "Why would you get pregnant by someone you've only known for 2 weeks?" And she was just like, "Well, because I can do what I want." Like she's like one of those people that when you call them out for making bad decisions, and they're just like, "Well, I'm an adult. I can do whatever I want. It's my body." Like it's so I cannot stand people like this. Like these are clearly horrible decisions, like clearly awful decisions, and you're just sitting here being like, "I don't. I can do whatever I want." Like okay, like it's still horrible decisions. You're still on the internet doing this where a bunch of people can see. Like, how do you have no shame? It pays to have some shame. It really does. It pays, you know? And I said, because he kind of ditched her and like went off somewhere else and isn't in the baby's life or whatever. And I said, has the audacity to be surprised that he doesn't want to be in the kid's life. And yeah, he knew that she was putting that fertility thing in, and he is technically an adult. But like, he's a 19-year-old boy. Why are you surprised? Like, I don't understand. Like it's weird. Like what did you expect? You know, bragging about views. In general, having a smug attitude about her behavior, which makes it all the more infuriating. Um, yeah, and claimed yeah she there was a whole thing about her recording a video claiming to use raspberry leaf tea to break her own water, which isn't which I think she got there was something with like misinformation about that that could cause problems, but That's not what raspberry leaf tea does. I think it's supposed to make your pregnancy easier in a way, but it doesn't break your water. I don't think. Um, yeah, and she was also trying to give birth to her baby earlier than she was supposed to. Even though, like, why would you want to do that? Like, because she was like, I don't understand the difference between giving birth at 34, 33 weeks and 34 weeks or something like that. And I was like, girl, this is why not everybody should have babies. Yeah. Please use protection, y'all. Please use protection and use your brain. This woman was 26 years old doing this. Um, but that's all I wrote down. That's like the main shit. Um, uh, what was I gonna say? That's like the main stuff. There was something else I was gonna say. Um, I forgot. What was I gonna say? There was something else I was gonna say. Um, oh yeah, when she. It's funny that she was saying that, but then when she was in the hospital and people were judging her, obviously because she's being a bad parent and clearly doesn't care about this child. She was like, "You guys don't understand. It's so scary to have your baby in the NICU. You're literally trying to give birth to this baby early, though." So I'm confused, to say the least. I just don't understand people like this that are. I don't understand being this desperate for fucking attention. I just want to know what goes through the mind of people like this, of people that are this desperate for attention that they'll have a child and go on live and talk overshare so much about their lives and record their whole lives just for internet fame. Like Astrovino does the same thing. She at least I don't like I said I don't really follow her. I've never seen she's never come on my for you page either personally. I've only seen people talking about her. I've watched some videos about her as well, and it's like she just doesn't give a fuck about her kids and how the stuff that she does affects her children and their lives and what it's like for them to go to school. And she's constantly on live. There was one time where she was on live while CPS was at her house, and she was still trying to ask the people on there for money. Like, what is wrong with you, bro? Like, seriously. And yet CBS is not nothing. Like CBS is so fucking useless, man. Like I'm so serious. CBS is so goddamn useless. I don't get it. So the other family I'm gonna be talking about is Resilient. I'm already fucked up. Okay. The next family I'm going to be talking about is Resilient Jenkins. So this is a family that the account is ran by I think it's called Resilient Jenkins Crew now. I literally said I just look at their account. I think pretty sure that's what it's called. It's ran by the mother Stephanie and the husband. His name is Drew. Well, he's not her husband, but she is married to someone else still allegedly. But we'll talk about that later. Um, the dude she's with now, and she has kids with now, is named Drew, and they have what 5 kids? No, they have 6 kids now. I think they have 6 kids now. Um, Stephanie has 2 with her husband before the when she was before. Then Drew has 2 from 2 other women. One of them he has now. One of them he has living with them. The other one is still living with his old partner, his other partner. So, the dad, he's a bum. Um, he doesn't want to have any job, fruits to work any job. They have this weird hatred towards 9 to 5s for some reason, and they also have talked about people who drive trucks. I don't even know what the fuck was up with that, but but he definitely doesn't want to get a job because he doesn't want to pay child support. That's definitely one of the reasons, 100%. Yeah, he doesn't want to pay child support because he hasn't been paying child support for one of his other kids. His baby mama from that child. Her name is Arlita, and she's actually has talked about it on TikTok. And I think it was like for like I think he's like 12 or something. I don't remember. And he hasn't been paying child support, and she's been able to serve him because of the views that they've been getting and the popularity they've been getting. She has been able to serve him papers. But I'll talk more about that later. Yeah, so I said he's a bum. Refuses to get a job because he don't want to pay child support for the kid that doesn't live with them. Like they said, they hate 9 to 5 jobs. They have 5. They have what was it? They had 5 kids sleeping in the living room. No, yeah, in the living room and in the kitchen on mattress toppers, not even actual mattresses. And they used to stay in like a 1 bedroom. And it was originally for Drew and his one kid, and that one kid that lives with them. It was supposed to be for them, or just for them originally. But then when Drew and Stephanie started dating, she moved in with her 2 kids, with her 2 daughters, and then they started having more kids, and so they had to. So the kids were sleeping in the living room and the kitchen, and so having the kids sleep in the bedroom at least. But they were sleeping in there comfortably in a bed and with a big screen TV and with a PS fucking 5. Um, but now they're living in a hotel because they got evicted. Um, then Stephanie's been trying to go viral for years, for like at least 3 years. She has made videos where she's like super entitled about it, like super entitled about going viral. And it's like, come on, I'm doing the things, I'm posting consistently, and all this stuff, and it's just like it's really just like it's this. It's not going to help you, you know. Then having entitlement like that going viral isn't going to help you. Like I understand wanting to be a content creator. I mean, I am right now. I'm a fucking making a video, you know. But you shouldn't be entitled about it, and especially in the way that it seems like she was trying to bank on this for like a living rather than getting a job. No, you know. She also smoked while she was pregnant. There's a video where she was smoking while she was pregnant. But for some reason, a lot of the videos I've watched have not talked about that. I don't know why. Um, Drew did have a job at HVAC where, after only a year of working, he got a $4 raise, which is a lot to get only after a year working, but yet he still quit. And he doesn't want to work a job that's less than $30 an hour because he thinks he's worth more than that. I don't know why. I don't know what he does or what qualifications he has to make him make that makes him think that he's worth more than that. But whatever. um, then when they left, when they left their when they left their house, when they got evicted, they um they when they left their place, when they got evicted, they abandoned their cats, and one of their cats had a skin condition, like it had really like irritated skin, had a rash, and one of the reasons why is probably because she would put essential oils in their litter boxes, which you're not supposed to do that. Essential oils is like concentrated like essence and stuff like that. It's very irritating to like the skin, even for humans, you know, and it also can be deadly for cats as well. And I don't understand why she thought that was a good idea. And also, I watched this clip because I was watching a podcast where they were talking about this. I watched a clip of Drew cleaning out the stuff, and he just like he did not know what he was doing. It was ridiculous. And then her mom, Stephanie's mom, has spoken up about this. Stephanie used to live with her mom and her two kids, and she's spoken about this and spoken about how she's here to offer help, especially for these kids, because kids are involved here. Okay, for these kids, and she's spoken for these children, these kids, and how she's there to help for these children. And I'm pretty sure she lives in like a 3 bedroom place, so she has more room for these kids. And she just refuses to go, and claims that her because her mom says that Drew isn't welcome there, which I don't blame her for that, honestly. And it's just she refuses to help, and she's talked about how because she doesn't talked about how she doesn't want to invalidate Stephanie because Stephanie's claiming that she was a bad mom to her and she has all this trauma or whatever, and she doesn't want to try to invalidate that, but she's like, I have good relationship with the rest of her siblings because Stephanie has 5 siblings, but I don't understand what went wrong with Stephanie. And she's just like she's making these horrible decisions. I don't know what's happening. I don't know why she doesn't want to do this, especially for the sake of her children, you know. And I said that, like I said before, like they kept having kids. They keep having children. She keeps talking about how she wants to keep having children and all this. And it's like, even though they clearly aren't living in the conditions that are for that, um, and how I said Drew and Stephanie clearly have some sort of breeding kink, and I definitely do mean that because it's weird. This obsession with having kids is weird, and it's all about having babies. You know, it's just about babies, and a lot of people don't think about children as actual human beings, and it's very apparent in cases like this. Where people don't think about kids as humans. They think about kids as just accessories, as just cute little things you can hold. Because I love babies too, but I love babies. I don't want to have kids. That's why I've decided that I don't want to have any children. Um, they look at them as like ways to fill the emptiness inside them. If they didn't experience love growing up, things like that. We just happened with this other family. There's a woman that posts has a similar situation, um, where she's 26 and she has 6 kids, and she's gone viral because of it and all that. Um, and she's talked about how she had kids because she didn't experience love growing up, and that's what I'm saying is like your kids aren't your therapy. Your kids are not therapists. You shouldn't have kids just to fill the empty hole in your heart. You have to work on yourself before you have children. You know what I mean? And I'm not saying that I want poor people to never have kids. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm just saying that you shouldn't purposely have children when you know you don't have the situation that is suited for that. Especially when you're not willing to do whatever you can to better the situation. Because that's clearly what's going on here. Is they don't want to better the situation. for themselves. They both don't want to fucking work. Drew doesn't want to work because he doesn't want his fucking money taken for that goddamn child support he hasn't paid, and saying that they don't like these 9 to 5 jobs. They don't like, it's like, it doesn't matter though. Like, you have to do this for your kids. It doesn't matter if you don't like the job. It's not about you anymore. It's about your fucking children. You're supposed to, when you have kids, your kids are supposed to come before anyone, even yourself. You should do whatever you can to take care of your children, to work hard and take care of your kids. And they were working them to the bone and all this. And all this talking about his other job. And it's just like, well, that's what you have to do when you have children. That's what you gotta do when you have kids. That's what comes with having kids. You gotta work and take care of them. If you don't want to do that, then stop fucking having children. Okay? And I just think like there are other people trying to profit off of this as well. Like there are other people trying to, like I said, that one lady. There was another one that I saw that was in the hotel room and that was also pregnant again with like I think four other kids. I don't remember her username. Like four other kids that was in the hotel room making noodles for her kids and stuff. And it's just like, oh lord, like I can't like it's just like y'all are really trying to like exploit these situations for exploit this for views and for money. Like I said, it's profiting off of baiting people into concern for your kids. You know what I'm saying? And I find it funny that she she's like she always keeps getting mad when people judge her and keep getting upset and also pretending to be unbothered and stuff. It's like, well, you're posting this though. You're willingly posting this information online that you had your kids all living in the kitchen in the living room while you and your partner are in a comfortable bed with a TV and a PS5. You posted that. You posted that you have cats that you clearly haven't been taken care of. That you abandoned these cats. You know what I mean? You clearly and keep talking about how you want to have more kids. You willingly posted that. No one made you post it. I hate when people go on the internet and get upset when people judge them for stuff that they do and for putting their when they put their business out there, and hate when people are in their business as if they didn't willingly post this. You willingly posted all this stuff about yourself and about your living situation, about your children and all that. But yet you're mad that people are judging you. What do you expect? You're showing that you're a shitty parent. You, Andrew, you're both shitty fucking parents. And you don't care about these damn kids. What do you expect people to say? Genuinely. And also showing your location as well. You were able to find the hotel they're living in, and allegedly it's in a super dangerous area. And also they had showed them dressing up their kids for school, and you could see the logo, and people could find out the school that their kids go to, which is really messed up. Like I said, it's putting their kids in fucking danger. You're exploiting your kids, like you're putting your kids in danger. What else? What else? Oh yeah, also her telling her children that, oh, these people on the internet are trying to separate y'all, which is not only guilt tripping them into like not saying anything about their living situation, even though people can clearly see it online. Also, I feel like it was kind of to guilt trip the audience too, to kind of be like, "Oh, you guys are scaring my kids. You're trying to separate my kids. Now they're scared." It's like we're literally worried about their situation. These kids are suffering seriously. But to go back to the child support thing with Drew, he was supposed to go to court. What was that, like a couple weeks ago? But then coincidentally, um, fell or something like that and had a seizure and was in the hospital when it happened, so he didn't go. And she tried to claim that, oh yeah, the doctor said that there's nothing wrong, and they couldn't find anything. It's like, yeah, no shit, there's nothing wrong with this man. Y'all are lying because you don't want to go to court. That's why. And he might end up going to jail if he keeps avoiding this shit. To and what the hell is she gonna do then? And now all of a sudden he has all these health problems and shit. Like it's just so obviously a fucking lie. Like so obviously a lie. And people were talking, and then she started bringing up the jobs again and being like, well, I don't want him to work hard, and we want to watch our kids grow up. It's like, well, well, if he can't work, then why? Then what is that stopping you from working, Stephanie? I don't understand. And also to go back to the fact that they aren't even married, and she's married to someone else who's in jail um, for sexual assault, multiple sexual assaults, including his own mother. Yeah, it's really fucked up. And literally, she knew about him being a rapist before she got married to him. Am I surprised? Not even a little bit. She clearly puts men before her own kids. She clearly is putting Drew before her own children. There's a video where she put on the caption that said, "I would give my left ovary for this man to stop working so hard," or something like that, which is just weird. Like, what about your kids? Like, also there was another weird TikTok that she had, where she said something like, "Wait, actually, I have it right here. I have it screenshot. Let me find it." She said, "Y'all, my hubby said if I can take our account viral and change our financial situation, he'll hump away and give me as many babies as I want. So help a girl out and share, follow, and help my account so I can make this man a father of seven." Right. It's so fucking weird. Especially since she was with her kids in that video saying that. It's fucking gross. Like I said, it's giving breeding kink. It's giving breeding kink. Like, it's weird. Okay. Yeah, and I also screenshotted comments on a video about this. I don't remember what specific video. I think these. I don't know a specific video. I can't remember. But one said that motel is a homeless shelter with sex workers, 3 murders in the last month. Schmugs. I actually don't know. I don't actually know what that means. I think they were trying to censor drugs. I don't know why. This is on YouTube. um, and a high level of human trafficking. It is so unbelievably dangerous. I say anyone those kids need to be taken and they need to go to jail. I don't know why they put sex workers like that to like that even compares to the other stuff. That's pretty questionable. But anyways, but it's clearly dangerous. And then she was asking for massage oil for nine to the PS5 and streaming equipment. And the PS5 is what people call her husband because he's on his PS5. Well, he was. Streaming equipment on her Amazon wish list, but couldn't ask for flea medication or any help for those cats. I forgot to mention that they had a flea infestation. Also, she said that they had lice in cycles. I was like, okay, yeah. Are we surprised at this point? Um, Milo was super malnourished even before they kicked them out. They were not being fed, at least from how Milo looked, which was one of the cats that was actually saved. I don't know if all. I think all of them might have been saved, but I know one of them was. There was a girl who saw one of them and took them in and is taking care of them now. Okay, they act like being a good person is the same as not being violent. Like, just because you don't fight every hater you have doesn't make you guys nice people, which is very true. And it's also weird that she brought up how we don't hit our kids or something like that, as if that automatically makes them a good parent. That's the bare fucking minimum. I'm sick of people thinking that the bare minimum makes you a good parent. It doesn't. Like those parents that always say shit like, "Well, we give you food and clothing and a roof over your head." It's like, so what? That's the bare fucking minimum. That's what you're supposed to do as a parent. Like, I don't understand. Oh yeah, and she had one that said, "Daddy on 4, going on 5. The man does everything he can for our family, and we love him." Does he though? I didn't know singing, playing games all day was doing everything you can. Um, but yeah, that's just a couple things I screenshotted from videos. Um, but yeah, it's weird. It's weird fucking behavior. Like I don't get parents that act like this. Like, um, but yeah, they really were anti-doctor. I'm pretty sure. She also said something about how how this got so bad that we went to the hospital. So I guess they have some weird anti-doctor thing, or at least Stephanie does. Um, I just don't understand people that willingly will put their kids that will keep their situation like this just for views, just for the sake of views and content. Will keep themselves in not only themselves, like I said, it's about the children. Keep their children in these situations just for views. And like I don't get it, man. Like it's so weird. It's so fucking insane. It's strange. Like how could you do this to your own kids? Like I don't get it. I don't understand being this fucking desperate for fame. You understand you can still create fame by getting a regular job too. Most people that have gained some sort of internet fame had regular jobs before they did. You know, not everybody gains fame all of a sudden out of nowhere. Like there are just some people that have gotten lucky and have been able to gain fame out of nowhere and be able to, people that are teenagers. But like it doesn't work out for everyone. You have children to take care of. You need to go to work. You need to get a fucking job. Seriously. Um. But anyways, that's it for the video. Thank you guys for listening. That's it.